Be lazy about being lazy but never actually be lazy. These are the words of the great economist and philosopher Chanakya. Every person gets only 24 hours in a day, but there is a big difference in how a successful and an unsuccessful person use that time. Where one person takes 5 hours to finish a task, another person can complete the same task in just 2 hours. How? With the help of productivity. Productivity is not rocket science. The simple definition of productivity is doing a task with high quality at a quick speed, meaning better work in less time. So in today's video, I will be sharing 7 practical methods with you that will help you become even more productive and work better in less time. Method number 1. Prioritize your work. You have a lot of tasks to do, but you can't do all of them because you have limited time. In such cases, you can use the Eisenhower urgent important principle. In this, you have to divide your tasks into 2 parts. First, important and not important, and second, urgent and not urgent. Now analyze all the tasks you have to do using this method. For example, Rahul is a content writer and he has to write an article for a big website today itself. He also has to post a new article on his own blog. He needs to manage his social media accounts as well, and he also has to write content ideas for next month. So now if Rahul uses the Eisenhower principle to prioritize his tasks, he would generally do it like this. Writing an article for the big website is both urgent and important, so he will do that first. Posting an article on his own blog is important but not urgent, so he will do that task a little later. Checking social media accounts is urgent because he needs to engage with his audience daily, but it's not important right now, so he can delegate this task to someone else who can handle it. Thinking of content ideas for next month is neither important nor urgent right now, so he can delete this task. It is scientifically proven that what you write down stays in your memory better and for a longer time compared to things you don't write down. That's why you should prepare a to-do list of your important tasks in a diary. Method number 2. Do one thing at a time. Can you catch 2 rabbits at the same time? No, right? In the same way, you can't do 2 tasks at once. Multitasking is a way to kill productivity. Your mind can only focus on one task at a time. And when a person concentrates on just one thing or one task, only then can they produce high-quality work. Let's understand this with an example. In 1985, Steve Jobs was removed from Apple because of his dominating behavior. After that, Steve Jobs started his own new company called Next. After Steve left, Apple's condition started to deteriorate. Their products just weren't selling, and the company was on the verge of bankruptcy. But then, Apple bought Next and brought Steve Jobs back into the company. As soon as he returned to the company, Steve Jobs stopped the manufacturing of many Apple products. At that time, Apple was making a lot of electronic products. Steve Jobs selected only 2 or 3 main products and tried to improve their quality. And this is the reason why Apple is among the richest companies in the world today. The lesson from this story is that you should focus on just 1 or 2 main tasks, and at any given time, you should do only one thing. If you are working and eating at the same time, as many people often do, then neither will your work be done well, nor will you be able to eat properly. Multitasking is a myth. It never makes your work get done faster, but it definitely makes it take longer. So do only one thing at a time, but do it with quality. Method number 3. Set deadlines. There are 2 athletes and both have to run a 400-meter race in the next match. The first athlete gives his all when he trains, but he never sets a specific time, like finishing the 400 meters in 1 minute, and that's why his speed is slow and he takes more time to finish the race. On the other hand, the second athlete also gives his all when he runs, but he always sets a deadline for himself, like finishing the race in 20 seconds, and that's why this second athlete's speed is much higher. Even if he doesn't manage to meet his deadline, his efforts to try still increase his speed, and he ends up running 400 meters in less time. A deadline is a very good tool for getting your work done on time and increasing productivity. When you set an exact time, your mind switches into action mode and considers that task important. On the other hand, if you don't set a deadline, your mind treats the task as optional, and there's a high chance you won't complete it on time. That's why, for any important task, always set a deadline. This is also called Parkinson's law. According to this law, the amount of time you have to complete a task is exactly how long it will take you to finish it. For example, when you were in school, your teacher would give you homework and say, "I want it by tomorrow." So you would go home and play first, because you knew there was still plenty of time left and thought you'd do it later. After playing, when you came home in the evening, then you would do your homework, while some kids would even do their homework at school the next day. But in the end, all the kids would finish their homework before the teacher arrived. Now, why did this happen? Because the teacher had given a deadline for the next day, so you would somehow complete the work by then. Now, if that same teacher said they would check the homework after a month, then most probably you wouldn't even think about doing the work for 25 days, and only when the deadline approached would you complete your work. So, Parkinson's law tells us that the shorter the deadline, the higher the chances that the work will be finished quickly. Method number 4. Avoid distractions. Today, our lives are filled with distractions. Social media, TV news, video games. Distractions are everywhere, but you can control these distractions. Just saying that there are so many distractions, what can I do? This is not a solution, but rather a big excuse. No matter how many distractions there are, all of them are within your control. You can delete social media apps with just one click. If your work is such that you can't delete them, then at least set a specific time that you'll use them only for that duration. If you have nothing to do with politics, there's no need to watch the news. Video games are a complete waste of time. They just give you a fake sense of adventure. If you really want adventure, then do it in real life. Anyway, the most practical solution is that whenever you sit down to work, put your phone on airplane mode and keep it away from wherever you work on your laptop or computer, so there's no chance of being disturbed. All successful people often prefer to be alone because then no one can disturb them and they can give their full focus to their work. APJ Abdul Kalam, who was the 11th President of India and also a great scientist. Before becoming president, when he used to work in his laboratory, he wouldn't open the lab door for several days. No one would disturb him until his work was finished. So you can understand how important it is to avoid distractions. Trust me, your productivity will increase by 50% just by eliminating the distractions around you. Method number 6. Do not procrastinate. The opposite of productivity is procrastination, constantly putting off your work. In Think and Grow Rich, which is one of the world's best self-help books, the author Napoleon Hill explains that after interviewing more than 500 people, he discovered that the biggest reason people fail is lack of decision, which you can also call procrastination, because both terms mean the same thing. Procrastinating any task, not making a decision at the right time about whether you should do something or not, just keeping on thinking about it. Look, no method will work if you don't have a strong desire within you to do something. If there is no desire, then the chances of procrastinating will only increase. When there is a strong desire to do something, then no disturbance can stop a person. Number 6. Do not wait for motivation. Many people feel the need for motivation before doing any difficult task. Those people cannot go very far in life because they don't understand that motivation is emotional and emotions are temporary. In such a situation, thinking that I will do my work when I feel motivated is a foolish thing. If you want to be productive in life, then work on the process. Look, if you want to build a good body and you spend all day thinking about that body and only exercise when you feel motivated, then your body will never get in shape. On the other hand, if you exercise every day, lift weights, whether you think about building your body or not, whether you watch motivational videos or not, your body will still get in shape because your actions are such that they make your muscles strong and your body takes the right shape. Remember this, action is the best source of motivation. As you make something a habit, you no longer need motivation to do it. You naturally feel like doing that task, and this is a powerful technique to increase productivity. Method number 7, the 3-to-1 principle. This method is very simple. You just have to count down from 3 to 1. Then whatever task you needed to do, just go and do it. For example, you needed to go take a shower, but you've just been scrolling through social media for a long time. In such a situation, count down 3 to 1 and then immediately get up and go take a shower. I know this might sound a bit childish, but trust me, this is a useful technique and it really works. Maybe that's why before any sport or competition, a countdown from 3 to 1 is done. What actually happens? By counting 3 to 1, you gain momentum an inner energy that helps you get your work done. So that's it. These were some practical methods through which you can double your productivity. If you liked the video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I keep making videos on life-changing lessons and useful topics like this, so I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.